Roger, we're good to go. I'm here with Representative Tim Ackett. You may remember him from CT Politics TV last night.
Yeah, it's a great interview. Well done, Dan.
Oh, well, thank you very much for taking the time and talking to everybody. So were you just at the inauguration?
I was, yep.
And how did that go?
Went well. It was short and sweet. Speeches were, concise and just said, they're happy to get elected. They're, and then, the governor did say, state of steady habits, which is, we didn't change much from the election. So we'll see how this year goes. Somebody on the minority side.
Yeah. Well, the opening day of session up there in the House, we got to meet the leadership and everybody brought their families. And so we have the day of ceremony and then the work begins. Right?
Then the work begins, and it starts right away. Many of us have meetings starting right tomorrow. I have 3 as a ranking on one of the committees. We have screening, so you go just from the meetings, and then we start screening legislation. We start right away tomorrow. So there's no downtime now. We go right through the first Wednesday in June, and it'll be busy this year.
Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us. I know you got to go, and the governor's going to give him the state of the state.
State of the state, we're ready.
And
see what the direction is. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Tim. All right, see that? Now we're streaming live again, except now I'm down in the Legislative Office building. And if you've never been here, you kind of get a look. Take a look around. This is where it all happens over here, right? So a lot of our state reps are coming back from the governor's inauguration speech and filtering back in. They're going to go over to hear the state of the state, which is going to be happening back up at the Capitol building. But why don't I take you kind of a quick tour. If you've never been here before, it's the People's House. So you can see they have really cool designs on the floor. Look at the tile. Nice.
How are you?
There you go. All right. So here I am in the middle of the circle right here. And I'll hold this out and spin around and get a panoramic of what's happening. Makes me a little bit dizzy doing that. Everybody's going through the security. I'll take you through the lunchroom. How about that? So over here, you'll notice that there's doors that are on the first floor. And these are the conference rooms or the hearing rooms. And we'll go take a look. 1E seems to be open here. We'll take a peek in there and see what's going on. Nothing really. But you probably see this on CTN TV, right? This is where they have their committee hearings, their public hearings, probably in a bigger room than this one. But these are the different conference rooms that they have here at the Capitol. Representative Cheeseman, do you have a moment?
Sure. Who are you?
I am Dan Newmeyer of CT Politics TV.
Okay.
And we do a Monday through Friday broadcast on politics. Tell us, what is your district?
37. Can you walk with me?
Yeah, I can walk with you. That's great. How was the inaugural speech?
It was interesting. I think he struck the notes he wanted to. Mm-hmm. Obviously, from my point of view, it would be nice if it had been my candidate up there giving a speech, but I'm sure we can work on things in common going forward.
Well, that's great. What are the committees that you serve?
I'm ranking on finance, revenue, and bonding, and I also serve on energy and technology and commerce.
Okay. And what towns are in your district?
East Lyme, Salem, and Montville.
Well, thank you for giving me a moment.
Have a great day.
You too. You see that? It was fast. I'm going to go back over here and see who else we can snap. But if you've never been up here, you should take a tour. It's the People's House, so you're welcome up here when it's open. And let's go into the cafe. cafeteria. So every day I came up here, I would go through this door to get my morning coffee, and a lot of people meet up in the cafeteria space and talk some politics outside of here. So you see the nice people working, big salad bar right there. Like I said, politics is about the food. You know, a bunch of stuff. What do they got in there? Some chicken wings, some macaroni and cheese. They'll make you a BLT or a hamburger, cheeseburger. It's your normal fare. This is where people eat at the Capitol who work here. And, oops, excuse me. And we kind of go through this line over here. Here's the checkout. Pardon me. And over here, a lot of people don't know it, but this is the legislative dining hall just off the cafeteria, where they can have more private meeting with family and friends or VIPs. But this is the tank right here. This is the cafeteria. Loaded up. You got your press types, your press people here, your state reps. Pretty full. But on any given day, it's just like this. It's making me hungry, all this food. I haven't eaten. Feeling a little bit lightheaded because I was running up and down stairs and then haven't eaten anything yet. Ooh. They taking a picture with this whole office of this up there. You can catch it. So it's kind of the history of the legislature here in the world.
Yeah, I just started in the office. Oh, it was.
Goes to the different eras of and then this is how we get through the tube. Think of the LOB as kind of like a big bowl with a tube that goes from the house down to it.
That was the intention or what?
And
I actually selected the room.
you see all these cool pictures here as I walk along.
But they have to do so. I think you're seeing the chamber. You gotta do. That's like double winning. Yeah, that's what it is.
Check out the artwork as I cruise down, but you can see.
Yeah, I was shocked as well.
And then behind me is the Legislative Office Building. Now we're headed up to the Capitol. Some memorials for our men and women in arms. Vietnam, disabled Americans. Iwo Jima, we all remember that one. Very nice place. It's sobering when you see all these things. And if you look over here, we got some medals of honor. Look at that. You see that? Medals for valor. See, when it fails up here, the Capitol, what we have is war. Right? And that's when the talking stops. And that's why it's so important for all of us to try to work it out and try to talk. Excuse us. That's why it's important for us. Oh, look at, there's Samuel Clemens, right? And some pictures on the side here. I'll show you these as we go by on the movable walkway. Right.
It doesn't feel like 60. Oh, it's chilly.
Here we are, going up the escalator, coming out of the tube. Here the news team is doing their thing here for WTNH. And we're back in the mix. People have filtered in from the inauguration back into the Capitol area. Look at all the food they left behind. Swiped a sandwich. And the stuff that looks like they were going to throw it out. Oh, yeah. Hi, how are you? Never stops with you.